Good morning. Yeah, something completely different. I've seen other creators doing this, and mine is probably going to be about the same. But we're gonna rank them. Let's rank these jokers. So this is your basic joker, Jimbo. I'd say average. Let's If this is the droll joker, let me see. I would put him here. Pretty solid. Walkie-talkie. Let's see. You're limited on that one, so we'll put it in D for now. Salsa. An A tier. I think it works for 11 turns, and then it peters out. But for the duration of the time you're using it, it's pretty good. Castle would have been down here before, but I'm starting to see its use. I'm willing to maybe even put it in the B tier, because once you get it going and you're discarding certain cards, you can really scale this one up. And I think there's two jokers in here that I haven't got yet, so I won't be able to rank them. Smiley face, maybe B tier. I enjoy playing him, but obviously you got to be playing face cards. Campfire. Okay, this one's one again. I would have put it right down here, but now that I've learned how to play it properly, I put it in an A tier. I think if you're willing to destroy cards, you can do it. I think this one's called Golden Ticket. I've never really used it. I can't tell you it's a bad card, but I've never used it. I've not applied it to anything. So for me, it's an F. This one used to be up here very high. I'd grab him every time I saw him, but now I think I would put him here. I think if you have to have him in your deck, you're not working other cards that you could be working. So there's that. Again, this is another one. This goes back to my cards that you used to like, but you don't like so much. Used to love this card. Put it in the C rank, I think. It can get you out of trouble. It can definitely get you out of trouble, but you got to wait till that last hand. You know, it's okay. It's an okay card. In conjunction with other cards, it's good, but it doesn't score on its own. Swashbuckler. Solid B. I think depending on the worth of the cards you have in your hand, yeah, she's pretty good. I don't know the name of some of these ones. This is the 2 pair. Oh gosh, I hate to put it in F. It's a low scoring card. If you had it in conjunction with something else, then perhaps, maybe it would be better. Troubadour, I think this is called. Again, maybe I'll put it here. It can get you out of a jam if you needed to. Certificate of Authenticity. Maybe here. For a while, considering it's a non-scoring card, it can set you up with some pretty good seals. Smear Joker, I would put in the A. It definitely increases your chances at flushes. Flushes definitely, more than probably anything else would be, or maybe flush straights and stuff like that. I mean, it's a game changer. You can completely sail through runs that you wouldn't ordinarily go through. Throwback. Right there. She's awesome. You can scale her up and she will kick the cards' butts. She's awesome. Hanging Chad. I think people will disagree with me on this one. I know people love Hanging Chad. I'm never creating those big giant builds where the first card, just maybe the one and done or the high card runs. It works. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I don't. I don't remember the name of this card. This is a diamond card. It gives you money for diamonds played. So, right there. If you have a diamond run and you can afford it, it's a pretty solid card. Bloodstone. Okay, Bloodstone is probably up here. It's a solid game changer. If you've got a heart deck going and you get a Bloodstone, you're in pretty good. Likewise with this one here coming up by the Onyx Agate, Onyx Agate. But anyway, this is Arrowhead. Gonna see. I'll put it in a C. It's great for spade runs, and I've used it often. It does not. I think it creates chips. This one here obviously is a game changer too. If you're doing a clubs run, this is a guaranteed plus mult. I think it's +8 if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's definitely, you get one of those if you're playing clubs, obviously. This is your stone card. I'll be honest, I don't play it. I don't play it. I don't know much about it. I've seen other people play it, but for me, it's enough. I think this is Zany Joker. I'm not a big fan. Three of a kinds are hard to pull off. They are hard to pull off. I have used them. Not a big fan. What's this one called? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing an absolute blank. Showman, I think his name is. Maybe you guys disagree with me, but I find it stupid to hold this card in hand and you're just trying to find something that you already have. I don't know. Just seems so. Flower pot, same thing. I think it's ×4. It's pretty good if you can make it work, but it's tricky. It is a tricky one to play. I've played it before though. You know where this one's going. It goes where everyone puts it. It's going to be S tier. It's a game changer. You can suddenly make runs that you couldn't possibly run before. Wee Joker, again, this one would have been down here, but I like it. I think you can do a solid run with a Wee Joker. I've had it up to like 800 chips once before. Mary Andy, same thing. Never was very interested in him, but now that I'm in the higher stakes, I would say he's saved me quite a few times. Oops, all 6s. I have mixed feelings on this one. I'm going to put it here because it can be good. It can be good if you have the right cards, but, I don't ever seem to get lucky on those magicians and so forth. Tribal. I'll put him here. If you've got a full deck and you can afford to dig around looking for a specific card that's going to give you a specific mult, yeah, go for it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm going to put him down a bit. I played him, but you're messing up your hand trying to find things for this particular Joker. Seeing Double. This one is tricky too. Not as hard as Flower Pot, but not easy either. You're constantly having to juggle between two decks. I'm not a big fan. Matador, I know that one's coming in. I guess this year's going to get a new update on it. But for now, yeah, it's kind of neat when you get some money on a debuff, but really you're going to keep that in your hand just to get that? All right. Hit the Road Jack. Now, this is controversial because I just watched a tier list and somebody put that way down here. I disagree. I think it's an S tier. If you can find a way to make yourself a bunch of jacks, you can crank up your score. Oh my God, I mean, you can kick them out. You just got to be able to duplicate jacks, and then you've got a solid hand. Okay, this is two pair. I don't know his name. Where did I put the one pair? Down here. I'll put two pair here. It's better than one pair, you know, but it's not gonna get you to the end of the game without some other particular jokers like spare trousers or something like that. This is the duo. Yeah, I mean, again, it's good, but it's not going to get you there on its own. It's not strong enough. You need to have something like this one here, or even this one. I think it just has to contain a pair, which leads us into the trio. And I would say there, because it's hard. It's hard to make three of a kind unless you're artificially making them. Oops, sorry about that. Naturally playing with one deck is hard. Four of a kind. I'll put it here because when it works, it works. And then the rest of the time it doesn't. So it's like either you have a solid way of making multiples of cards, or you don't. And if you don't, it sucks. This one is straights. Anyone that's watched my videos, I don't like straights. I don't like playing them. I don't enjoy it. So anything with straights is, I'm sorry, it's going to hit the bottom. This is for the flush. I think it's called the tribe. I put that A tier. Only because I play a ton of flushes, and it's a given. It's going to help you score. Stuntman. Well, I've got a love-hate relationship with this man. Oh, yeah. I'll have to put him up there. I don't enjoy putting him up there. Let me tell you that. He's horrible. It's horrible to play. You lose hands. Everything gets a bit more difficult, but then the scoring is off the charts. So he deserves a place there. Invisible Joker. Yeah, he's got to be S tier 2. Well, let's put him on A tier. He's only as good as what you play him on, so, you know, depends on what you play him on. And if you get him late game, you either hope it lands on the one that you want, or you don't play him at all. Brainstorm. Oh man, that's a given. No explanation needed on that one. I don't even know what this is. I haven't had this Joker before. This is, I've got one not discovered and one missing. I can't rate it because I don't know what it is. Shoot the Moon. I like this one. I would call that an A tier. I think, again, kind of with the hit the road jack, this one gives times, this one gives plus mult, but if you can manufacture queens, it's solid. It's solid. This is, what is this? It looks like for straights. Yeah, straight at the bottom. I'm sorry. No explanation. I'm not going to waste time on it. Driver's license. I'll put it in C. I'll tell you why. You get this maybe end game where you've got a bunch of enhanced. You're golden. You're absolutely golden. But you get it like ante 2, and you have to keep it in your hand and try and make, 16 enhancements. It's a waste of time. So if you've got the cards, great. If you don't, you don't. This is, I think, called Cartomancer. That's a pretty solid card. Pretty solid. I mean, if you've got room for it, it's going to kick out tarot. And sometimes when you're on a run, that's what you need. And he can provide. This one is Astronomer. I'll put him here. He is great in conjunction with maybe Constellation. If you had Constellation and Astronomer, one could feed the other one. Great synergy, but by itself, it is good. You get free planets, but he's taken up space. Okay, Burnt Joker. I've really tried with this one. I really have tried. I won't go as far as to say F, because I see what it's trying to do, but it is so counterintuitive to me to like discard a flush on my first discard just to gain a level. It's maybe if you're playing high card or two pair, that would be worth it. I think this is called Bootstrap. I'm gonna put it here only because myself, I don't play with a lot of money, so this is a money-based card. You get more plus mult the more money you have. I'm pretty much constantly broke. Canio, I got to remember what these things do now. I think he's for kings and queens. I don't know if you discard them or if you keep them, but I mean, let's face it, any legendary is pretty much going to be high up. I'm going to put him, no, I'll put him in A tier. I've used him before. Trebrile. Okay, that is kings and queens. I've done very well with him. Again, yeah, sorry, I can't remember the exact details, but kings and queens, I've used him with very, very good results. Yorick kicks out a times mult every 23 discarded cards. I mean, who's not going to take that? But still, he's a slow burn. Let's put him here. He's a slow burn. You can get there if you get him early, but it takes time. What is this one called? I think this one is Chakot. He disables boss blinds, which is great. That is definitely S tier for me. Perkio, I think I haven't had much luck with her. But I see the potential. I just haven't been able to get there yet. This is for flushes, but I think it only deals out chips. So it's good as if you're in the lower antes, but perhaps change it out if you get into some better cards. Half Joker. Same thing here, actually. I've been able to get through some antes with this because it's a plus 20, but it's not sustainable. You can't keep it. I mean, this one, Stencil, this one I think is probably the most powerful Joker it's like times 5. I think if there's a 5 Joker deck and then it loses as it goes, you guys know, but it's almost too powerful. Just put one up there, times 5, bang, you're done. You don't need anything else. 4 fingers. It's good. It's good if you're trying tricky stuff, maybe for straights, but it's not as good as these other cards. Another controversial one here is going to be Mime. I know you guys love it, but I usually don't have a lot of retriggering cards in my deck, and so it doesn't work for me. It's a waste of time for me. Again, this is my personal tier. The suit cards now, that's interesting. I'll put them as on a C. They're only plus 4, but they give you a direction. They give you a way to go. I like to have a plan and not just have just random cards. So for me, C tier. I'll if I know it has already been debuffed, I'll generally get these cards, and I think all of them are going to end up being in that space. Bank card. I mean, no. What can I say? No, I don't want to go into debt. What's the Ceremonial Dagger? That's a tricky one. It's a tricky one with good potential. Let's put it B tier. If you can get it to work, great, but you have to constantly be feeding it. It's a whole thing. but you can scale it up pretty good. This banner one, I don't like it. It says for every discard, if you don't discard, you get something or other. I mean, I discard. It's the first thing I do is discard. So I've never used it properly. Mystic Summit. I actually really like this one. It goes with this one because I do discard quite often actually. This helps. It at least gives me some push over the edge type thing. So that's good. This is, I think, with a marble joker. I don't know much about it. I can't tell you much about it, so I'm going to put it here. Not overly familiar with it. I don't use a lot of stone cards. What is this? Loyalty card? Yeah. Let's go B tier. I mean, it can help you out in a pinch, but you have to wait 6 hands each time. You could be using a different joker than this. But if you don't have a different joker, times 4 on one hand can get you through. 8 ball. It's between okay, I'll put it here. It does what it says it does. It gives you a tarot if you play an 8, but really you're going to hold that in your hand the whole time just to play an 8, unless you're playing like tons of 8s, and go for it. Misprint. I like misprint. I think you get misprint early in the game. I'll put him here. Early in the game. Yeah, I think on average I heard he kicks out about 15 malt, give or take, it goes around. But yeah, if you have no other good jokers, misprint's the way to go. All right, Dusk. I'll put it here. I think it re-triggers all your on the last hand, and it's like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put it here. Why? If you have to wait to your last hand, your jokers are not good enough. Raised Fists. Again, this would have been down here before, but you know what? It's a pretty solid card. I mean, it's giving you double the lowest card in your deck, in your hand. Well, not in your hand. The cards are not in your hand. Which, if you play your cards right, no pun intended, you can get some pretty good malt from that. Alright, so Heart Joker. Where did I put the other one? C. Same as this one. It's gives you a direction, gives you, if you're playing this and you got Bloodstone, you're set. Reroll. It's not for me. Yes, I know you can play it with flashcard, and then it becomes of interest. But again, taking up a space in my jokers just so I can have an extra reroll, for me, not that bothered. I love Fibonacci. I'll put an A tier. I love it. You've got direction. Ace, was it 2, 3, 5, 8? I mean, you can do a lot with that. You can work with many cards. There's a lot you could do with this, and you can win on Fibonacci. I don't even know what that is. I don't think I have that card. Let me come back to it. That might be my undiscovered card. Scary Face. Again, if you got a really great face run going, sure. But it's a chip. I think it's just a chip card, right? Abstract. I like this one. I think its malt is based on the amount of the cards around it. But if you've got some decent cards, you can get some decent malt with that. This one here, I don't know, Hourglass. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't like it. Let's just leave it at that. I don't like it. Hack can play good with Fibonacci, but you are playing lower cards, so it's like, yes, okay, you're re-triggering, but you're re-triggering lower cards. So I'm going to put it in D tier. Pareidolia. I'll put this one B. If you get this and Smiley Face, you're golden. I mean, it's a non-scoring card, but it can make you have a face run without even having face cards. Gross Michelle, right there, A tier. Obviously, it's not Cavendish, so, but plus 15 mult with the hopes of getting Cavendish, yeah, A tier. Even Steven, yeah, I like him. I think on most plays you have, you're gonna have, usually, unless you're playing face cards, you're usually gonna have an even in there somewhere. Same with Odd Todd, he's coming up next. Well, here, let's put them next to each other. Thing is, he is a mult and he is a chip. So actually, let's put him one down. So this is Wrathful. He goes C tier again, solid if you're going with a spade run. Scholar, I can't get on with him unless I've got, and I have done like all aces, and then yeah, he's great, but there's only 4 aces in the deck. To dedicate a whole space in your joker slot for him, not for me. Business card. If you got room, sure, why not? But if you got room. Supernova, I think, is pretty good. Supernova is B tier because it doesn't matter what hands you play. It just adds an extra mult to it. So, I mean, it's a pretty underrated card, which I think can, if you're playing the same thing over and over again, you can scale up pretty well with that. Ride the bus. Okay, in certain situations like abandoned deck, this is a great card to have. It's a great card to have. It's just playing on a regular deck with just your normal number and face cards, and then trying to not use your face cards in order to scale it up. It's not worth it. But if it were abandoned deck, it'd be right up there. Space Joker, he's the whole reason I started this thing, because I absolutely loved him. I thought he was just all that in a bag of poo. But as I played the game, a 1 in 4 chance, I'll give it, I can't bring myself to give him an F, but there's better ways to level up than by, holding this in your joker slots. The egg, it has a place if you want money and you've got tons of room in your jokers and you just don't need any more jokers, and sure, usually I'm completely utilizing all the jokers in my deck. I don't try to waste any. Burglar. I just figured this one out. I was like, oh, this is a waste of time. Why, this, that, whatever. But I have now understood, along with Green Stick, Green Joker, which hasn't come up yet. This can be really good. You're constantly scoring, regardless. Even if it's just high card, you're scoring all the time. You're not discarding. I underrated this card for a long time, but he's growing on me. Let's put that way. Blackboard. Blackboard is a good card. If you can make it work, if you can somehow only have and spades in your hand at the time that you hit your cards, you can, and it's doable. It's a little tricky, but ×3 mult, I think you can kind of make it work. Runner, I think his name is. Nope. No, it's just anything with straights for me. No. This is Gluttonous. He's C tier again. Ice Cream. In the early part of your game, when you really don't have enough jokers, this could really, really help. But obviously only for a small section of time, so I'm going to put it in C tier. It's okay, if you're needing a joker and you don't have one, it's a good one to pick up. DNA, S tier. Complete game changer, and I mean that in the most literal sense. I mean, it can change the way you play the game. If you're, I mean, start kicking out duplicates. And then if you had Brainstorm or Blueprint on it, you've got multiple duplicates. It's crazy. I mean, that's a pretty powerful card. Splash, it's not a bad card. I mean, at least it keeps your cards playing. I'll put that in the C. It's not going to help you that much, but then those times where you have to play cards that are just crap, at least you're getting scored for them. All right, Blue Joker. Yeah, I play him a lot. I don't think he's a great card. He just seems to pop up a lot. I'll put him here. I mean, he's going to give you as many chips, I think, as whatever cards you have left in your hand. So, you know, it can help. But clearly there are other Jokers that are much better. What, Sixth Sense? Let's put it in D. If you're big on Spectral, play a 6. Okay, it does what it says, but it seems like a waste of a space. Constellation. I think that should be up here too. That's a great scaling card, especially if you get it in the beginning. If you get it early in the game, you just keep feeding it planets. I mean, this thing can just, sky's the limit. Especially Hiker. I like him. I like this guy. He's like quietly there doing his thing. I'll put him average. If you are only playing a select certain amount of cards, you can get them scoring quite high, scale them up. If you're using the whole deck, maybe he's harder to use. You're not going to get... I think this is called Faceless Joker. I don't like him. It, again, seems very counterintuitive to me to throw away face cards. What can I say? Green Joker. Up to about a week ago, he was in F tier. And then I discovered Burglar. And I realized that, oh my God, this can do serious damage. I'm going to put him in B tier because I haven't fallen completely in love with him yet, but he and Burglar, they can do some serious damage. Without him, it's up and down and up and down, and drives you crazy. This is something position. I can't remember what the name of it is. Superposition, I think. I don't like it. I don't make straights, and then you've got to try and find it. It has to be with an ace. No. That's all I got to say about that. I thought we did a 2-pair. So one of these must be malt, one of these must be chips. If I've got them in the wrong order, I'm sorry. But again, it's hard unless you've got other Jokers playing alongside them to win on pairs, in my opinion. And I know there's going to be argument on that because I've seen other people play really well on pairs. It's harder to do it. It's just harder to do it. I don't know what to say. This one here, I think it's called Shopping List or something like that. I don't like that one either. Too much work. It's wasting space. It's not doing anything. And then you have to meet certain requirements to make it happen. Cavendish, of course. I mean, that's a given. Like, there you go. Card Sharp. I'll put him there. Because, obviously, you have to play the same type of hand to get him to work. But if you do, he comes in. He will come in and save your butt. And I use him often, so I like him a lot. But by himself, he is absolutely reliant on you playing a second hand. So we'll put him there. I think this is his red card. I'll put it D. I don't like it. I've played it before. You have to skip boost packages, which to me is completely counterintuitive. The booster packages are there to level you up, and you're just skipping them to put a bit of extra malt on this card. I don't like it. Madness. I haven't had much chance to use her, I'll be honest with you. I think she could be a very good card. But something always comes along and changes the way I play. This may change in a different tier list, but for now, I haven't made her be able to work as well as I needed her to. Square Joker, I'm not a big fan. I think this one's called Seance, and I think this one's just a waste of time. Can't even remember the requirements. I think it's if you discard something, a 6 or something, or I can't remember. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. Riffraff. Okay, yeah, so if you're in desperate need of a Joker, Riffraff's your card. You know, it's not going to give you anything great, but if you need Jokers, it'll give it to you. Vampire. I think Vampire is pretty good. I've got used to this card. Again, he was something I didn't play before. But if you do have enhancements, and sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes it's hard to get the enhancements, and so therefore it's hard to level him up. But if you have them, go for it. Shortcut. Surprisingly, yes, you know I don't like straights. This is a damn good card, especially if you don't like straights, because it does not score, but it gives you so much more options on straight. Well, yeah, I mean, straights I would imagine would be the one you'd use it on. Hologram. A tier. Yeah, A tier. You can, again, level this one up very well. Takes a little bit of time. But if you're digging through booster packs and tarot cards and so forth, you're leveling it up just without thinking about it. So it's a good card. Of a kind. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll play it. I have played it. I don't, it's tricky. It's tricky to play three of a kinds. Put them in the B. Because there are other ways to get tarot cards, and to use up a whole Joker slot for that, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that. Baron, I like Baron. I'd put him in S tier. Keep the kings in hand. You can score very well on that. Cloud9, it's not bad. It's not a bad card. It's a money-making card. Not bad at all. It's not a scoring card. Obelisk, I don't like. I don't like it because I tend to play the same hands. I mean, that's what you're trying to do is, improve a hand. And this one's like, nope, don't improve your hand. Just be all over the map. Rocket's pretty solid. Okay, for econ card, Rocket's a very solid card. That took me a hot minute to figure that one out, but I did. Pretty solid card. Golden Mask on its own, down here at the bottom. Luchador. I would say B tier on this one. Now, again, he's a non-scoring. It doesn't do anything. But if you have decided that you're doing a certain run and that boss blind hasn't come up yet, I would keep Luchador because he can make or break you until you get like a director's cut. Then sell him. Don't keep him around after that. Okay, I know you guys love Photograph. I'll put him in B. So I understand he's useful for other people, just not so much for me. Gift card is an F. I think that's a thoroughly waste of time, and I'm not interested. I don't ever pick it up. Turtle Bean. Yeah, it's average. It's an average card. It does what it says, and if you need, maybe you don't have good Jokers and you need extra, playing cards, he's your guy, but he's not a scoring card. I think this is a 4 of a kind. You're gonna have to correct me on this one. It's either that or 2 pair because I see this guy here next to him. So in that respect, I'll put him in D. Gosh, I can't even remember the name of this one. Erosion, I think it is. If you get your deck below a certain amount, it gives you a certain amount of points. And no, I'm not interested, really. Reserved parking? Yeah, it's pretty average. I mean, I think that gives you money for cards held. You're playing cards. Here, this one's maybe a little bit better because it's based on your money, and you can actually grow your money with this card. What do we got here? Mail-in rebate. Yeah, same thing. If you have a spare space and you need some money, solid card. Oh, I can't remember the name. And it's like a 1 in 2 chance. So maybe I'll put him here. Fortune teller, again, I used to love fortune teller, but not so much anymore. I think it's hard to level up unless you get it early. All right, what do we got here? I know one of them's, and I'm going to get them wrong. One gives you a hand, one gives you a discard. So if I've modeled them up, it's, you know, they look similar. So I think this one gives you a extra hand. I think this one is the discard. I'd rate this one a little higher because as you get on in the game, your discards get lower and lower. Sometimes having an extra discard is good. This is the Marble Joker. I'm not going to say it's a bad card. I just haven't had a chance to really use it. So I'm going to put it in my F tier. I'm not out running around making stone cards. Golden Joker, yeah, that's a pretty solid card too. Again, not scoring, but you're guaranteed, I think it's like $3. It's not as good as Rocket, so let's put it in B tier. That's a straight to F. Lucky Cat. Okay, gosh, now, I know you guys love Lucky Cat. I know it. Oh no, I know what you're saying. I don't get luck with Lucky Cat. I don't get luck with the Magician, and you really need to have things triggering to have this card work, and then it's only a 1 in whatever chance. So maybe you would need like Oops All Sixes with it. For me, it's a D. I've yet to make it work. Baseball card. That's a solid A tier because, again, it does not perform on its own, but it will give you times 1.5 mult for every uncommon card, and I've used it to win a few times. The Bull, D. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of econ cards if they're not actually doing anything. It's just wasting space. Same as this. It gives you a double tag when sold. Easier ways to get a double tag. This one, again, this was low on my list before. It's gone higher. I would say a solid B. If you're trying to get rid of cards out of your deck, and I think he even gives you some money, so yeah. I can't remember the name of this one. Flash Joker? Something like that. Again, it works on, I think, rerolls. I'm not a big reroll person, and it would be good with chaos, I think, but for me, if you're rerolling a lot, it's a good card, but not for me. Popcorn's pretty solid. Popcorn is good for, I think it starts up at 20 and then it goes down in increments of 4. So I think you have it for about like 5 rounds, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, in a pinch, it'll definitely help you out. Okay, so spare trousers. Again, if you get it in the beginning, you can do wonders with it. And I know it kind of goes against, I've been putting the pairs down here at the bottom, but if you had spare trousers and then you had like pair here and then there's some other pairs, pair here, you could do some damage. So spare trousers is definitely a card that you can do well with. What's this one? Is this this is Ancient Joker. Again, in the beginning I used to really, really like it. It's too picky. You're only having 1 in 4 chance to get the suit that you're looking for. I've got better cards for that. Ramen's good. Yeah, ramen's a solid S. If I see it, I usually get it. I mean, it's times 2 and it whittles its way down, but while you have it, you're kicking out some pretty decent numbers. So that's about it. This is my tier list. It's probably god awful, and it's subject to change. Maybe 6 months from now I'll redo it. Tell me what you think. I appreciate your time. Thanks. Bye.